What's going on, everyone? So tomorrow, 4:30 kickoff, Manchester United versus Leeds. This is my preview for the game, my lineup that I would go with, and just thoughts on the game. I think that this one has got the potential to have a lot of goals in it, but sometimes when we all look forward to a game that should have a lot of goals, it ends up being a goal that decides it, like a 1-0 or like a 2-1, or sometimes a 0-0. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 0-0 in the end, because everyone's getting excited about it. Hopefully there is goals. I believe there will be goals. Not feeling super confident about the game because I think Leeds are going to cause us a lot of problems, especially Bamford. He's got great movement up front, and I think he's going to cause Lindelof and Maguire problems, especially Maguire, just because, I mean, Bamford's not the quickest, but he's got quick feet, like in terms of his movement, as I said. And in the box, we've got to be very careful with him. I've watched him quite a bit, and he's a very clever player. Doesn't always take his chances, but he takes most of them. So Leeds, they worry me. I'm not going to lie, they do worry me. We definitely have the team to beat them, but they could also embarrass us as well if we're not at it. If we start like we did against Sheffield, it's going to be a problem, because Leeds, no offence to Sheffield, but Leeds are 5 times the team Sheffield are. And do you know what I mean? We struggled with Sheffield. So, I mean, I'm going for a draw in the game. I'm going to say 2-2. But I do think we could beat them. But they could also beat us. They're going to be at us from the get-go. Bielsa, you know what he sets up like. The energy. They're the fittest team in the league for me, Leeds. Like, the effort they put off the ball. Just energy levels. I've said it before. They're the fittest in the league by a distance, in my opinion. So not only are we going to have to close them down when they got the ball, because they're going to be energetic, but they're going to also put a lot of pressure on us when we've got the ball. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. Our passing's got to be on point more than ever in this game, because, like I said, they hunt in packs and they're going to win it back off of us if we're not careful and we're not clever with our distribution. I think Ollie's going to set up very defensively for this game. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes 5 at the back. I hope he doesn't. Pogba's obviously been playing recently. I don't think he should be, even though he's been playing well. He wouldn't be anywhere near the team. But I think that he might put him on the bench tomorrow, just because he's more... Even though he plays deep, he's still a bit of a more of attacking player for me with his passes and that. And he does bomb forward at times. And I don't think Ollie will trust that tomorrow. So he's going to go for a block tomorrow, I think. I think it will be McTominay and Fred. I don't agree with it, but I do think that that's what's going to happen. I think Shaw will be in because he's a bit more defensive than Tellez. And as I said, I wouldn't be hugely surprised if he goes with 5 at the back, but I hope to God he doesn't, because they're going to put a lot of pressure on us anyway, let alone if we just camp in our own half, and we can't approach it that way. So I really hope he doesn't, but I got a feeling he's going to. My lineup, I would go with David De Gea. I would go with a 4-2-3-1. David De Gea, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Lindelof, Maguire. I personally would put Twanzebe in, but I know that he's not going to, so I'd stick with them two for now, just because they've got more of a, I want to say, an understanding of each other. But do you know what I mean? Like that. It don't matter how long they've played together. There's rarely a game where they do well together. Do you know what I mean? And not a good pairing. So Twanzebe deserves to play, but I just know he won't. So Lindelof and Maguire, Luke Shaw, and then I'd have Fred and Matic in the middle. I would have Matic over McTominay, but I think he will go with Fred and McTominay. And then I'd have Rashford, Bruno and Donny. I don't know. I'd probably play Donny on the left, to be honest, because I do like Rashford on the right. I think he's a lot more clinical on the right. He's obviously right-footed, and I think he drifts in and out of games too much when he's on the left. And he cuts in a lot, and it loses a lot of momentum in attacking moments. Yes, he can cut in, and he's got the ability to shoot and score, but I think he's very wasteful a lot of the times when he does that, because he'll rocket a shot up into the stands a lot, and I just think he's more effective off the right. So I'd have Rashford on the right, Bruno in the middle, and I'd have Donny on the left, and then I'd have Martial up front. Obviously, I'd have Cavani if he was available, but he's not. Then my bench, I would have Twanzebe, Henderson, Mensah, McTominay, Mata, Tellez and Greenwood. Not too bad of a bench in my opinion. It's not the strongest, but it's not the weakest one that I've put together before. So tomorrow is going to be a very interesting game. There's an old history and rivalry with Leeds and United, and I personally like watching them, even though they're our rivals. They're one of my favourite teams to watch. I'm not going to lie. I really do like Bielsa, how he sets it up, how they all attack together and defend together. I'm a fan of it, I've got to admit. So, as long as we get a draw tomorrow, but obviously we got to be getting the 3 points. But against a team like them, I'd take the point. I really would. And that might seem negative, but I'm expecting a lot of problems from them tomorrow. And if we play like we did against Sheffield, it's going to be a joke. They're gonna have a field day with us if we play like we did against Sheffield. So we've got to be more clinical. The chances we do create, because I do think we'll probably create more chances than they do, but it's whether we can take all them chances, because we created a ton against Sheffield and we probably took half or less than half of what we created. So 2-2 for me. 4:30 kickoff tomorrow on Sky. I'll be back with a confirmed lineups before kickoff, and then post-match with a post-match recap and player ratings. Hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you tomorrow, guys. I look forward to it.